Electricity flows from power stations to substations, from substations to transformers, to the circuits of our homes and offices as it finds its way through the network of distribution lines, transforming lives everywhere in its path. But this flow is a tenuous one that is made more challenging in the age of renewables. India aims to generate 500 gigawatts of renewable energy by the year 2030, and almost 40% of this is aimed to be from solar. The country is raising massive solar parks, aiming to mimic the capacity of large thermal power plants present today. But given the modular nature of solar installations, decentralized networks are viably possible. The Pradhan Mantri Kisan Urja Suraksha, evem Utthan Mahabhiyan, or the PM KUSUM, is a big step in that direction. It aims to raise more than 25,000 megawatts of renewable energy with the help of farmers, with the use of fallow lands, replacing diesel pumps with solar ones, and solarizing the ones already connected to the grid. This three-pronged strategy plans to not just add more solar power to the energy mix, but also augment farm incomes. As a recent study by the Energy and Resources Institute in Chhattisgarh and Delhi found out, the decentralized model for solar power generation could be the way forward. There are far lesser transmission and distribution losses when compared to large solar photovoltaic plants. The smaller generation units save on costs, especially when one considers the expenses involved in creating large transmission networks. So how does one transition from the big power plant models to a possible decentralized future? While there are subsidies in place to enable the process for farmers, many may still need financial support. A partnership with a willing developer can ease this process, but there are other factors at play as well before farmers can turn into energy prosumers. The soil utilization differs in each region and hence the land available for the project. The amount of power generation is also dependent on the geographical location of the site. Many states in the country have already been encouraging the setting of large solar parks. Depending on the scale and electricity demand, this has shaped the current tariff models, a different one in each state. While the distribution companies or discoms are supposed to offer the small units an incentive, they may or may not be able to offer this support depending on their financial health. Thus, the resetting of tariff rates in each state becomes a crucial one. At the micro level, once the plan becomes operational, there is the matter of easing the bidirectional flow of electricity that micro solar grids necessitate. Is the local transformer suited for such a task? How high is the daytime use on the grid? Further, with the solarization of water pumps, chances are it may lead to overexploitation of groundwater. Based on its study in Punjab and Madhya Pradesh, TERI has come up with a cost-benefit evaluation and substation prioritization tool that addresses some of these challenges. One can feed the various technical and geographical details of the different regions within the state, and based on this data, the tool ranks them in the order of prioritization. The output helps in a comparative analysis among various implementing models and can aid the states in shaping a region-specific development of the scheme. Further, TERI is constantly working with the nodal agencies in the states to adopt and reshape this model as per the context-specific demands. This way, one can identify areas and units that may be more financially viable for the distribution companies, getting the most out of each subsidy that is invested in a solar PV unit. With an eye on the environmental impacts on cropping patterns and groundwater, the tool also enables governments to avoid any possible future side effects of the program. As India amps up to meet its rising energy demands, one will need to maintain an optimal flow of electricity. Decentralizing power generation might be a new pathway, but with the right tools, one might just make sure that the flow never breaks.